Hi and welcome along to AFTV in Qatar, brought to you today by Boohoo Man. Don't forget, Christmas is just around the corner. It might not seem like that right here in Qatar with the sun shining, but I know back in the UK in particular, it does look like Christmas outside, freezing cold. Get onto Boohoo Man and get all your Christmas gifts right now and use the code AFTV10 and you can get an additional 10% off all of their stuff. The perfect Christmas present for your friends and family, your loved ones. So get onto that right now. Use the code AFTV10. Great again to be talking about an Arsenal game. Arsenal yesterday, again in another friendly that took place not far from here, over in Dubai. And of course, Arsenal this time took on AC Milan and again were the victors, winning by 2-1. It's been very good, these friendlies that they played over in Dubai, played over there, should I say, in Dubai. And, it's been really good run-outs for a lot of the team. Yesterday's game featured a couple more of our first teamers. Ben White started the game and got himself a decent run out in the first half. And also Thomas Partey, good to see him starting the game as well after his disappointments in the World Cup. So good to see some of those first teamers coming back into action. Mikel Arteta was also talking about our Granit Xhakas chomping at the bit to get back started with the team as well. But a 2-1 win for Arsenal. Goal scored in the game by Martin Odegaard, an absolute banger. Scored a great free kick and is starting to become our sort of free kick specialist at Arsenal. It was a great free kick, curled right into the corner. And then Reiss Nelson, not far after that, following up with a goal for himself as well. And could have had more in the game. That's my only criticism of the game yesterday, is that Arsenal should really have killed the game, should have scored more. Didn't. Got done from a set piece. AC Milan pulled one back and made it a sort of nervy last 10 minutes. So indeed, for a friendly, it's a pretty spiky game. Tackles are flying in. But listen, that all bodes well and it all gives us good preparation for that first game back, which is not far away now, on Boxing Day when we take on West Ham, which is going to be at the Emirates, of course. So good workout for Arsenal. And players that impressed me in the game was Odegaard. I was impressed with how he played in the game. It really, really good to see him. And just all round, really, it was just a good workout. And of course, we won the Dubai Cup. We won the penalty shootout as well against AC Milan. And listen, just positive. And that's what we want right now. A lot of people are thinking to themselves, how is this whole World Cup break going to affect Arsenal? And at the moment, based off of a couple of friendlies, we still look sharp, we still look positive. Of course, we've had the big setback of Jesus missing, and the fact that Jesus won't be figuring for Arsenal for quite a while. But all in all, pretty positive, and we go into that last friendly where we play Juventus at the Emirates before we get started again with a big one against West Ham, and it all bodes well. However, we know, as I just touched on, the Jesus thing. What are Arsenal going to do? Will they do anything in the January transfer window? Because the only one good thing, I wouldn't even say, it's not a good thing that Jesus is injured, but the only one, thing that we can look at and say, well, at least we've got an option to go and get a player in January. The timing of it happening during the World Cup, the fact that we can quickly try to move to negate the situation. If this would have happened, say, I don't know, in February, and we've already done our business, then, we're down to our bare bones. And despite Eddie playing well in the game yesterday, we all know we need a replacement in that position. Now, Mikel Arteta yesterday acknowledged the fact that Arsenal do need to go and sign someone. He said that Arsenal are going to be very active in the January transfer market, looking to sign some players. And of course, priority number one is to bring in someone who can come in and do, or try and do, what Gabriel Jesus was doing for Arsenal, because he is going to be missing for quite a while. So good to hear that from Mikel Arteta, that Arsenal are actively looking to bring players in the January transfer window. And is that going to be Mudryk? João Felix? We're going to have to wait and see. But it's just good to know that they know that this is a problem and that they're going to be active in trying to resolve this. On the World Cup, of course, yesterday, Argentina absolutely slapping away, really, Croatia. I was at the game, and it was a very impressive performance by Argentina, winning 3-0 against Croatia, and it was the Lionel Messi show. What a player. What a player this guy is, at 35. I mean, I saw him walking around, touching his hamstring. I'm thinking, is he injured? Then he just springs into life, and he was really, really good. Junior Alvarez as well, who's played really well in this tournament, with a couple of goals in it as well. There was a guy afterwards who was saying to me, "Oh, Robbie, what are you going to do? Arsenal got no chance of winning the league now. Look, Haaland and Alvarez." I said, well, hold on a minute. Alvarez isn't the only player who's lit up this tournament. You do remember a guy called Saka. He may not be through to the final, but he's been excellent as well. He goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot about him." I go, "Right, don't forget," right? But Alvarez has been excellent in this tournament, the City player. And it was a very easy win for Argentina. And Argentina are through to the finals of the World Cup. Remember, they lost their first game, right? You go all the way back, lost their first game to Saudi Arabia, and now they are through to the finals. But who are they going to play? The big game today, France versus Morocco. I can tell you that the whole of Qatar right now is absolutely buzzing for this game. France, of course, everybody's favourites. Mbappe, of course, they beat England in the last round. But do not write off Morocco. Morocco have been the surprise package of this World Cup. They've got the whole of the region backing them. You know, the whole of Africa. They're the first Muslim country, first African country to get to the semi-finals of a World Cup. And there's a lot of prayers being said for them. There's a lot of people willing them on to go all the way, but it's going to be really, really tough for them. They've got to get past a really, really good French team, and I'm really looking forward to that game today. One player I'm going to be keeping an eye on, and there was a fan that stopped me at the game the other day and was almost doing like a transfer daily with me, and he goes, "Robbie, this is a player that Arsenal should try and get, right? He plays for Morocco." He goes, "I'm a Moroccan fan." He goes, "It's Sofiane Amrabat." I was going, "Yeah." I go, "Remember Amrabat? Didn't he play in the Premier League?" He goes, "No, not that one." He goes, "Sofiane Amrabat," right? Right now, he's told me this from early in the competition and said, "Watch out for this player." And he has been brilliant. He's played every minute of the competition for Morocco. Plays for Fiorentina over there in Italy. And I think his contract's something about 2024, but they do, I think, have an option to extend it a bit. But he's really caught the eye in this tournament. You know, Morocco have been very hard-working defensive team that catch teams on the counter-attack, and he's been brilliant. He plays in that defensive midfield position. He's all action. He's everywhere. A bit like a sort of a Kante. He's really strong. And this guy was saying to me, "Robbie would be perfect for Arsenal as a backup to Thomas Partey. If anything happened to Partey, Amrabat would be perfect." So keep an eye out for him later on in that game. Sofiane Amrabat of Morocco, as Morocco take on France to see who's going to play Argentina in the World Cup final. Time to get into my Boohoo man of the day. It can only be one. The GOAT himself, Lionel Messi. I was having an argument on the way to the game, my friend Seth. He was saying to me that the GOAT for him is still Cristiano Ronaldo. I said, nah. For me, it's Messi. Messi proved it last night. If he goes on and wins the World Cup, the argument is officially completely over, right? Because you can't say Ronaldo doesn't have great players around him in that Portuguese team. It will be officially over. But yesterday, he was sparkling. Everything he did, the assist for the third goal, the penalty, how he dispatched of it, he's been simply amazing for the Argentina team in this tournament. And Lionel Messi is my Boohoo man of the day. Listen, thanks for watching the show today. If you want to check out any of the excellent content for the World Cup, go over onto DR Sports, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be covering the Morocco-France game today with a watch-along. We're also going to be at the game as well, speaking to the fans after. It's going to be an emotional one, so make sure you check it out. But thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.